Whoop. Take these out of your way. Load up the stream. How you guys doing tonight? What is up? Maybe it's not nighttime when you're watching this replay. Hope you're having a good time, good day, good night, afternoon, whenever it is that you're watching. I just wanted to hop on here because I am at home with the kids tonight. Wife is working and got a little bit of free time on my hands. Got my son down sleeping, at least temporarily. So thought I would hop on here, show you guys a couple of cool things that I picked up recently, and tell you about the giveaway that I'm about to post on Instagram and hopefully here on YouTube in the next day or two for the month of June. So Riley in the house. What's up, Riley? Been doing good. Thank you very much for asking. How are you? Cheers to anyone and everyone watching right now. We're going to talk fishing for just a little bit, probably until my son starts crying and I've got to go tend to him. So I apologize if this stream ends abruptly. It doesn't go for very long, but I did just get him down, though he is in a little bit of a growth spurt right now and can be a little bit fussy. So it took me a while to get him down, but I'm still here almost on time for me, at least. It's 9:15 here, Mountain Standard Time, 11:15 Eastern Time. So what's up, George? How you doing, man? Cheers. Hope you're doing well. So guys, I'm just going to get into this like ASAP and show you what I picked up. I've got two packages, and I told you about one of them on the last stream a week or two ago, whenever I was on most recently. And that was from Cabela's. Cabela's and Bass Pro were, you know, throwing on some clearance lures for no apparent reason. Yo, Ron Holly in the building, Bassless Chap. What's up, dude? Good to see you in here early. I did not give anybody a heads up that I'd be hopping on, so hope you're having a good night. All is well here. Thank you for being here. Riley says, I've been busy, but good. Caught my PB bull shark at 10 feet and 103 pounds. No way, Riley. That is baller. I didn't even know that you fished for bull shark, but that is sweet. Something that I wouldn't mind doing someday in the future. So good for you. Super fun. What do you even catch them on? Nate in the house. What's up, dude? No, it's been a while for both of us, man. I haven't been on as much as of late since my son has been born. You know, 3.5 months. I've probably only been on a few or a handful of times, whereas I used to be on about once a week, every week. Just life is less predictable for me. Having a newborn, I'm often holding him, and it's a challenge for me to be able to buy an hour or two's worth of time to be able to hop on here and hang out with you guys. Brian Waterman in the house. What's up, dude? No, Ron, still bassless. We got to talk about that, man. We got to hook you up. We got to get you in front of some bass and get you catching them, man. Riley says she used Spanish mullet to catch that 10-foot bull shark. Holy, I mean, what do you do with the shark? Do you release it, or do you guys keep and eat the shark, or mount it, or do something with it? What do you do when you're fishing for shark like that? Nate says, are you digging the free rig? I am, for sure, though I've been mixing it up. You know, I've been throwing an unpegged Texas rig. I've been throwing a weightless Texas rig, weightless wacky rig, a drop shot, and the free rig some this year. So it's really been a mix for me, but I do like the free rig quite a bit, especially if fishing in kind of that shallow to medium depth of water. So anywhere from 5 to 10, upwards of 15 feet. I really like the free rig and just the way that the weight hits the bottom first and allows the bait to kind of slow fall down to the bottom, that last portion of the column. But if you're fishing in skinny water, I'd go to something different, usually a weightless rig or a light Texas rig, or even a wacky rig. But I fish ponds a lot, so the free rig doesn't always come into play for me, but it's a sweet rig for sure, man. Now, let's talk about these Megabass items that I picked up from Cabela's recently, because they were all on clearance, like, I don't know, 30 to 50% off, which is insane because Megabass, if you guys didn't know, is one of these companies that has manufacturer advertised prices, or minimum advertised prices, I think it's what it's called, but MAP is the acronym. And so the prices that their baits retail for cannot be discounted anywhere, even if there's a sale on Tackle Warehouse, Discount Tackle, anywhere you shop, you cannot get Megabass prices cheaper than what they are listed at. However, Cabela's, I don't know, was clearing out a bunch of their Megabass stuff, or certain colors were phasing out. I don't know what the deal is, but especially with like a green pumpkin 5-inch spark shad swim bait. This is an awesome bait right here. I've got the 5-inch spark shad in 1 or 2 other colors. I've got it right here over my shoulder. This is the Wakasagi color. I've got one rigged up there, but this is an awesome swim bait that has very good balance, a good but not overly aggressive tail kick to it. You know, a lot of people would throw the 3-inch spark shad on like the Okashira screwhead. I don't hear people talking about the 4 and 5-inch quite as much. I throw the 7-inch as well, which has been discontinued, but the 5-inch is a sweet little, you know, in-betweener size. It's big, but not too big. So you could throw this thing on like a 4-aught owner beast hook and go to town. So very good bait, and these run for like 10 bucks a pack, which is fairly reasonable considering they come 5 to a pack. But I was able to get these for, I don't know, $6 or something like that. So picked up 1 pack. Now, all of these baits, it was limited colors. So it was like they were clearing out the colors for those sizes for some reason. Now, next up is a jerk bait. And this is the Megabass Trick Darter in the X80. So X80 Trick Darter. This is Megabass's 2-hook jerk bait, which is a little bit smaller in size. So it's 80 millimeters in length. It weighs, I want to say 3/8 of an ounce, but yeah. And it's got a tag over it, so let's see if I can tell. I'm not totally sure of the diving depth of this bad boy, but I have 1 or 2 of these already in my box, and given the price tag, I want to say these retail at like $20, and I was able to get them for like $12. So this one is like Megabass Sexy Shad, something like that. It's got a purple back, chartreuse line down the middle, and a translucent body. As you can see, it's got a weight transfer system in it. It's got some BBs in the top of it, so it's got a nice little sound to it, and a smaller profile than something like the Vision 110 from Megabass. So really like this guy for clear water. And then I picked one up in my favorite color that Megabass makes. Both of these colors were discounted, and this is the matte shad. So absolutely love this for kind of all weather and water conditions, because it has an ability to kind of evolve. It will be more translucent in high sun and clearer waters, but when it's cloudy or there's a little bit of stain to the water, this will look a whole lot more pearlish or IU. The color will look more white. So very cool, high quality baits here that are normally right around that $20 price tag. Got them for like 12 bucks. So Can't beat that. Ron says, thumbs up, everybody. There's 6 people in here right now. 2 thumbs up. Do me that favor. Hit that thumbs up button, guys. So Nate says, oh no, okay. Riley said, we had a fish fry. Gave the rest of it to a homeless shelter. That is sweet. I wonder how shark tastes. I've heard that it's pretty good. But Nate says, the free rig is money on vertical structure like dock pilings. Absolutely. Good recommendation there, man. I hear you for sure. Riley says, I've been good, man. How about you? Okay, you guys are just chatting. Nate says, Cabela's did that near me. Now they don't carry them at all. Damn, dude. Honestly, I ordered these online from Cabela's and had them shipped to my store. So it's not that I found them on clearance in my store. In fact, the store nearest me doesn't carry Megabass products really at all. The Bass Pro Shops, there's 2 of them kind of within a half hour or 45 minutes of me, do carry some Megabass, not a ton, but I don't visit those stores as frequently. So I noticed the sale online just because I'm on like their email list or whatever it is, and had to shop around, see what was on clearance. And I noticed one product from Megabass, so I started poking around even further and noticed that it was like a half a dozen different things from them. So yeah, pretty sweet, man. Use the 5-inch Spark Shad on big swim jigs. Nice. That's a good combo right there. I tend to use the Beast Coast Miyagi swimmer on big swim jigs, but I'm sure that the 5-inch Spark Shad would be sweet too. So I probably need to give that a whirl. See how that goes, man. You said you've caught your biggest largemouth on the trick darter. No way. I would not have expected that necessarily, but you know, this is a very high quality bait. It's got really good darting action, and I love the small profile. So kind of reminds me of, and I will be throwing it in a lot of the same situations that I used the Lucky Craft Pointer 78. So sweet, man. And guys, last up is the Megabass Big Gabbit Frog. Now this is a frog that I did not already have in my collection. So very excited to pick these up. But here's the deal. The Big Gabbit is a big frog. And this is like a 3-inch body. And it weighs something like 3/4 of an ounce. Okay? So long frog, big frog. It's got this really unique shape to it that they call a catamaran style mouth. It says it right here on the packaging, catamaran mouth. Now, on the back of the package, it says table turn and bubbling, lifelike popping and splashing attracts even the wariest predators. So, I don't know exactly what this cupped mouth is going to do other than just act like a popping frog, but I'm very curious to see how this frog performs. The hook looks like it's designed just perfectly for this frog. It's a nice big hook. The frog's got a good collapsible body. It's designed well around the hook. It's got a weight back here. The hole is plugged. The skirt is a little bit unique in that it goes through a hole and goes horizontally across the back of the bait. Now, this is a beautiful frog. This color is one of my favorites that Megabass makes, called MB Gizzard. Now, I don't usually throw shad-colored frogs or clear frogs. However, there is a time and a place for that, especially in open water situations, and I like this color a lot, especially in the Mag Draft and Mag Draft Freestyle. So I like this one so much that I decided to pick 2 of them up, and one of them is going back to you guys. So that's going to be in my giveaway that I post here probably tomorrow. Not totally sure about that, but it's going to be posted in the next few days. Okay, so one of the Megabass Big Gabbit frogs in that color specifically, the MB Gizzard, is going in the giveaway. And then, like I told you guys on my last live stream, the Evergreen Shower Blows in the 125 size and the bone color is going to be the other bait going in. So, super high quality baits in this month's giveaway. Here's the other color of the frog that I got. And I just didn't know if I would like this color as much as the MB Gizzard, so I only picked up one of these. This is called Tonosama frog. Obviously, Tonosama is something in Japanese, but I do really like this color. It's got a natural green, brown, almost goldish color to it. Very toad-like, but then it has this really bright orange and yellow skirt on it. So, awesome, awesome frog. Very excited to have those in my collection. And they will be getting put to work here very soon. Now, I will say the paint on these creates a very different type of texture. The MB Gizzard has like a sticky type of feel to it, whereas the Tonosama frog has more of a matte and smooth finish to it. So, not that that matters much, but I kind of do like the smooth finish on it just a little bit better. Personally, I don't know. So anyway, I only spent like 60 bucks from Cabela's, and I ended up getting 3 frogs, 2 jerk baits, and 1 pack of swim baits, all Megabass. So huge savings there. It would normally cost like 100 bucks, and I spent like 60. So pretty excited about that. I don't know if any of that stuff is still on sale from Cabela's or Bass Pro, but I would recommend that you hop online and check to see if it is, because if it is, and you've got a store anywhere near you, it's free shipping to the store. Doesn't matter how much money you spend. So I figured it was worth it. So went out of my way, made that little purchase. Ryan Dyke in the house. What up, Ryan? How you doing, man? Cheers. Happy Saturday night to you. Jigging with Jack. What's up, dude? Guys, I got one more package, and it's from 6 cents. So, I will be honest with you. 6 cents is a company that I'm a big fan of. I think they've been doing good things for a long time now, and I own a wide variety of their baits. I like their stuff just top to bottom. But there are a few things that I have not gone out of my way to try yet, or really stock up on. So I decided to make a small order, because I did mention a month or two to you guys that my wish list had kind of run out. I had been spending just a little bit more than I wanted to in the off season this past year, and that as a result I wasn't really going to make any more purchases for a while. However, things come up, and so I did place a little bit of an order when I got a notification, I think by email, that the 6 cents Axis was back in stock. This bait has been extremely difficult to acquire over the last year and a half since it was released. I really like this bait. It is very similar to the 13 Fishing Jabberjaw, mostly just in design, but just so you guys know and everything is clear, the Axis did come out first. Doesn't matter, because both baits are on the market and are selling well, but they're both based on this free swinging bill in the front, okay? And the bill does make a little bit of a sound. I don't know how well you guys can hear that. But the main difference between these two is that the Axis is a little bit bigger, longer than the Jabberjaw, and it has a rattle in it. The Jabberjaw is silent aside from the fact that it has metal cheeks in the bait so that that free swinging bill will click and create a chattering type of sound as it is swimming through the water. Now the action of the two baits is totally different. I already have, I think, 3 of these Axis baits and half a dozen or maybe 8 of the Jabberjaws. Now this is a $15 crankbait, so it's not cheap, but you don't have to change out any of the hardware. It's high quality, straight out of the pack. I love this bluegill color, which is called 4K bluegill, and should work pretty well all year round in bodies of water where the bass are feeding on bluegill. Now, the action of this bait is very erratic, which is common for 6 cents baits, especially their shallow diving crankbaits. So this thing dives in that 2 to 5 feet range. In terms of size, it is 65 millimeters, so about 2.5 inches, and it weighs a half an ounce. So very, very castable, but it is going to swing, about 6 inches to a foot off center as it's swimming. So it has a very wide swim to it, and is very erratic. So as it deflects off of structure or cover, or if you pump your rod or change your retrieve, this bait will hunt and go off center and come back. So very unique crankbait, nothing quite like it on the market, and I love it. So to be honest, I haven't fished it very much. I should have pulled it out more by now, but most of the places that I've been fishing have been very weedy, have not been crankbait friendly, so I have not pulled out square bills all that much. I've been throwing soft plastics for the most part this year. Now top water has turned on for me in the last week or two. So yeah, Ron, it definitely is, man. And it's probably sold out by now. Honestly, they didn't restock every color, so yeah, this thing has been very, very difficult to get your hands on. And when I saw that it was in stock, I had to run over and at least pick up one. Again, I've already got like 3 of them. I've got my bases covered on colors. I've got one in the Black Magic, which is my favorite. I've got one in that clear shad scales color. And I don't know, it's evading me which one I have otherwise. But okay, guys, next up, I've got 2 of the 6 cents Vega Frog. This is a bait that I only have 1 of in my box right now. And I've got a pretty decent go-to frog box by now. So decided that I kind of needed to add 1 or 2 more colors of the Vega Frog. I've only got one in the Black Magic color. And to be honest, when it comes to frog fishing, I throw like 3 different colors. I throw a black, I throw a white, and I throw something with a green or yellow belly. And really the belly color is the only thing that matters. So if you look on 6 Sense's website, you'll notice that a lot of their colors are awesome, but have more of a whitish type of belly. So in my opinion, it doesn't really matter whether you're throwing something that's straight white or something that looks really cool on top, has more of a frog pattern, but a white belly. So what I like about this ivory white color is essentially it's like a bone, a little bit brighter white than bone, but I'll be able to see the top of the frog better than I would with another color. So the Vega Frog is really well designed. It's a popping frog. There goes my son whining a little bit. Collapsible body, big hook, long body, and it's just got a really good action to it. So this is a durable frog. They sealed the hole. And I don't know. I don't know what to say about it other than that I'm a fan. It is like 13 bucks, so it's a little bit more expensive than what you'd find in like a Spro. It's right in that same price range as, say, the Live Target, which is also one of my absolute favorite frogs, especially as a walking frog. So there are some frogs where I will pay the money for, you know, like the Big Gabbit that I just showed you. The Big Gabbit, by the way, is a, I don't know, $16 or $18 frog. Got it for 10 bucks. So that's why I picked up 3 of them. Got those cheaper than I got these Vega frogs. Now look at how collapsible this body is. This is one reason that I like to shop for frogs in person, is that there can be some inconsistency in collapsibility and the softness of the body. So this white one is not quite as soft as this green one. This color is called Frogville. It's got like a darker green pumpkin back, a little bit of blue on the head, and then green belly. Excuse me. So now I've got a black, a white, and a green. Got everything that I need with the Vega frog, and excited to use those this summer as well. Now I've got 2 more things, a couple more things. I'll go to the I'll stay in the top water zone right now. Ron says the Big Gabbo, not the Big Gabbit. Yeah, I mean, I've heard both, honestly. I don't really care what you call it. And maybe it is Big Gabbo, but who cares? Hey, Ryan, I'm doing well. Family's doing well. Thank you for asking, man. Sorry I didn't respond to your question for a good 5-10 minutes. Hope you're still in here. I don't know if you are. Christopher Curtis in the building. What's up, dude? Did you catch any bass this year yet? Oh, yeah. I probably caught 300 or so. I've been fishing a lot in the last month. Fishing didn't really heat up for me until, say, early May or so. But, yeah, I've caught a bunch of trout, probably almost as many trout as I have bass. But I've been catching a few or upwards of 10 or 15 bass every time I go out. And I'm going out not quite every day, but yeah, it's a lot. So, you know, I'm probably catching somewhere between 50, we'll just call it 50 fish a week, and primarily bass. I'm also catching crappie, I'm catching bluegill and sunfish. I've caught a walleye. I am catching smallmouth, though not nearly at the rate that I'm catching largemouth. So, anyway, yeah, don't worry about it, Ron. But seriously, we got to talk about it. We got to get you out on the water where you have a decent chance of catching bass. I've caught a lot of bedfish, you know, in the month of June. Really, in early June, I was able to take advantage and do a whole lot of sight fishing. Just by seeing where the fish were setting up, how they were acting, and switch up my presentation and catch them pretty quick. So super fun way to fish, assuming that you're practicing catch and release and putting the fish back as quickly as possible. Now, next bait up, guys, is the 6 Cents Splashback 70. This is their popper, okay? Now, 6 Cents makes this splashback in 2 different sizes. The 70, in my opinion, is like the classic size of what a popper should be. But they also do make an oversized, like a 90. So that guy is essentially a giant popper. Now, this is the Black Magic color. I've told you before, this is like my favorite color that 6 Cents makes. It's black with some blue on it. It's also got a green belly to it. So, yeah, as you can see, it's got a very unique shape where it's got like a hull style belly. It's got a totally flat back, and it's got a large cupped mouth with a steep angle on it. So let's listen to it. Totally silent. Pretty sweet. I don't have a lot of poppers that are silent. So this thing is going to have a very loud chugging sound to it, but I'm fairly certain that it walks well too. So I'm curious to put it to work and see how well it fishes, and also, of course, how well it catches fish. But this 70 size weighs 3/8 of an ounce and should cast just fine, especially fishing it on spinning gear, which I'm not totally certain whether I'll throw it on spinning gear or on my bait casting topwater setup. I do have 2 topwater bait casting setups, and you know, of course, using my Daiwa Tatula SV reel, I should have absolutely no problem dialing it in and throwing a 3/8 ounce lure with no weight transfer system in it. So this color here is called Spanish Bone, also one of my favorite colors from 6 Cents. This has a little bit of translucency to it. Reminds me in some ways of the matte shad color that I showed you of this Megabass X80 Trick Darter, okay? Which is a very versatile color, has a little bit of translucency to it in bright light. But then when the light goes down, this essentially just turns into a straight bone, and yeah, very cool color. So I don't know if you guys can see, but there are 3 steel balls sitting right in the middle of the bait in the lower portion, and there's a weight in the tail as well. So this thing should cast pretty well, and my guess is that it's going to sit tail down when it's killed, but I don't know for certain. William Plunkett, what's up, dude? Didn't get the notification for some reason. No problem, dude. Glad you could show up for a little bit. My son is upstairs sleeping in our living room right now, and he's making a little bit of noise. So I may or may not have to leave just all of a sudden, but I will keep you guys posted, okay? William says, by the way, how are the wife and kids? Wife is good. She's back to work. This is her 3rd weekend back at work. And, you know, she is doing well on the whole. Kids are doing great. Our 5-year-old and our 3-year-old are awesome older siblings to our little baby boy. So family life is great. Our month of May was super busy, traveling every single weekend before my wife went back to work. This month has toned down just a little bit in terms of what we've been up to, but we've been able to go to the pool and explore around town a little bit more. Now that COVID is kind of dying down, most people are vaccinated, our standards have changed personally in terms of what we're comfortable doing. We visited with a lot more friends and family, and my father-in-law, my wife's father, came into town this past week, visited for an entire week, and that was a blast to have him, especially in town for Father's Day. So thanks for asking, man. Ron says, I should be in Rhode Island within a month. Way more fishing there. Okay. Well, I hope you are, man. If you're not, you might miss out on this season altogether, dude. Is California back open or what? Or are you in Idaho now? Like, what's your situation, Ron? Guys, there are 2 more things in the package that I ordered, plus a little decal sticker that they threw in. I did not know that they started doing that, but I'll throw that on a tackle box or something like that. Pretty sweet. But I got 1 pack of swim baits and 1 pack of jig heads. Okay? I don't know if these are going to pair up perfectly or not, but I might just go ahead and rig one up for you. This is the 6 Sense Whale 4.5 swim bait. I've talked about this before. Very, very good swim bait that they just released this year. So until now, 6 Sense really only had the Divine swim bait, which is a more subtle kicking paddle tail swim bait that most people would throw on like an Alabama rig. It's a solid body swim bait and pretty simply made. I'm not going to try and dig through everything to see if I can find... Okay, I do have both here for you. So here's the Divine swim bait. A little bit more plain, solid body. Okay, this thing wants to be thrown on an exposed hook jig head. It does have a good kick to it, but not super aggressive. Now here's the Whale, which is a 4.5 inch bait. This Divine swim bait that I've got here is a 4.4. So size-wise, in terms of length, these things measure up almost identical. However, you can see the profile is a little different. The Whale has a deeper belly to it. It's got these fins for stabilization. And it's got a little bit more of a tail kick to it. Okay? So the Whale is a softer plastic. And it's got a belly slit that is made to be thrown on a belly weighted swim bait hook. So I've got one rigged up here for you. This is an Owner 4/0 beast hook. And in my opinion, that is ideal, okay? So I only had this one pack of these baits. And I like this bait so far, just haven't put it to use as much as I should. I hear great things about it, but anyway, decided to pick up one more pack. This color is new and is called Pro Blue, I think. So, again, 4.5 inch, relatively soft plastic swim bait. And to pair up with it, I got a weedless jig head. This is the Divine swim bait head in the weedless version. So this is the kind of do-it-all. This is a 1/2 ounce. Normally I would throw something like a 3/8 or even a 1/4, but I really like the way this pairs up here. So in fact, I'll just go ahead and rig it for you guys to be able to see how it looks on here. Don't point out how focused I look. Now this does have a screw lock, so once you come out the back, what you're going to do is just start to screw it on and bring that tail around the hook. Okay? Keep screwing it on, bring the tail around the hook. Keep screwing it on, bring the tail around the hook. Golly, this hook is sharp and I'm getting pinned every time I bring it around because this weed guard is blocking me. And then last thing you do is just push it up on the keeper. You know, it's possible I need to screw this one more time. Just got poked again. Unbelievable. Wow, that looks good on there. Look at that freaking bad boy right there. William and Riley. No, William's hopping off. Okay. No problem, man. Thank you that you're praying for the fam. I appreciate it. So, guys, check out this weed guard. It is the perfect amount of medium stiffness. I might trim it down just a little bit because my rule of thumb is that I like the end of the weed guard to go right to the barb of the hook. And this goes just behind it. So usually I like to cut the weed guard at an angle that is parallel to the shank of the hook. So anyway, really like the way that this looks, and I'm probably going to fish it this week now that I've got it rigged up, to be honest with you. So I've got the Divine swim bait head on the standard Divine swim bait here rigged up, and now I've got the weedless Divine swim bait head on the whale. So really, really liking these rigs. Now, if you're going to throw a belly weight, you could throw something like the Owner Beast, the Owner Flashy Swimmer, or the Battle Baits underspin that I've got here. All are great options. So that is what I picked up from 6 Cents. That is what I picked up from Cabela's. And yeah, I think I copped some sweet stuff. What do you think? I can hear my son still making noise. So guys, I'm going to start feeling like a bad father if I don't go tend to him. That swim bait just rolled off into the abyss. What in the world? I wanted to put these back right now, but I seriously can't find that lone Divine swim bait that I pulled out of the package to be able to put these back on the hook. So, whatever. I don't know what to do. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to dip out of here, guys. I thought I would be on for a longer period of time. And I thought we'd be able to chat and shoot the shit just a little bit more. But I'm glad I at least got to show you what I picked up recently. Pretty excited about these. Though, I do not have plans for future purchases. But the freaking iCast show is coming up in a couple weeks. I am not going to iCast this year, but we'll be going next year on behalf of Discount Tackle. So Discount Tackle is taking a couple of guys this year, a few of the brand ambassadors, but I will not be going this year. One, mostly for COVID reasons and just other personal reasons. But next year I do plan to go. So I expect that there will be a lot of good stuff released at the iCast show this year, and therefore I'll probably make some purchases. But that might not be until August, September, October, because a lot of times those things are presented at iCast in July, and we learn about them, but then they don't become available until months down the road. So that's part of what happens. But as a verified tackle junkie, tackle nerd, I can't help myself when something new comes onto the market and I just have to have it. So picked up a bunch of frogs between the Big Gabbo, Big Gabbit, whatever you want to call it, and the Vega frog. Picked up a couple jerk baits, which who knows exactly when I'll put these to use. Hopefully sooner than later. I can think of a smallmouth fishery or two where they would get some good usage. The 6 Cents Axis, a couple of those poppers, the swim baits. Yeah, pretty excited, guys. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit the thumbs up button for me. No problem, Ryan. Thank you, Ron. I appreciate the forgiveness, the understanding, but obviously my son takes priority over you guys, which I hate to say. It just sounds bad coming out of my mouth because I do love you guys. I love hanging out with you guys and want to be on here more than I have been, but got to do what I got to do as a father first and foremost. That is my number one priority. in my entire life. So, cheers, guys. Have a great rest of your Saturday night. Enjoy your weekend, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace, everybody.